Today, we shall be discussing about one of the largest IPO in the Indian stock market, right? We'll be discussing about one of the largest IPO in the Indian stock market. Now, Hyundai as a group, right? If you see the Indian subsidiary we have in India, the parent company, which is from South Korea, a very strong company in terms of its research and development, in terms of its um, product manufacturing, in terms of its quality maintenance. Yes, a wonderful company. And even Hyundai as a brand, globally also, if you see, it's the third largest OEM, right? Original equipment manufacturer in the automobile segment. And even in India, next to Maruti, it is the second largest OEM in India, original equipment manufacturing. So now the reason why we are discussing today about Hyundai is, yes, the company is good. Even the company's timing is also good, right? Right now, it is festive season. So what will happen during the festive season? Festive season, normally the automobiles demand will increase, right? Automobiles demand will increase. Automobile sales will pick up. So this is the right time they have launched the IPO. Second, if you see overall market scenario also, or even market vibes, market is decently good, right? It's not like a completely bearish market or even a mild market, right? So the market sentiment wise, the vibes wise, it is good, right? So the timing is good, company is good. And even if you look at the valuation with which the company is coming at, like the price to earning is around 26 PE. Even Maruti is also at 27 PE, whereas your Mahindra and Mahindra is at around 37 PE. So apart from all these positive factors, right? One thing we should be really careful, or really we should be worried about is, yes, this company is an OFS, right? Offer for sale. So offer for sale means whatever proceeds they are collecting, almost to the tune of around 27,000 crores, none of the money is going into the company's uh, growth, or even in the company's usage, or even in the company's expansion in the kind of branches or the manufacturing units and all. Offer for sale means, OFS means, the existing promoter is diluting his share, right? So the proceeds will be going for the existing promoter, right? So offer for sale will normally happen in the market. There are companies which will uh, come for the IPO just for the OFS, offer for sale, right? It's not a completely negative factor. Similarly, it's not positive. It's like we have to be a little bit cautious there. Fact one. Second, if you look at the overall history in the Indian stock market about the number of larger IPOs which you have got, right? So let's just note down what are all the IPOs we have got till date, right? You have got till date. So every one of you would remember, yes, we had the largest IPO in the past, which is LIC India, right? Which is LIC India. So LIC India, if you see, yes, when it has listed during uh, the IPO time, the IPO price was at 904 levels. And after a couple of years of listing also, right now also it is trading at the same similar zone, right? So if you see, it's almost like flat or even negative kind of returns, right? The biggest IPO. And if you see here, the size of the IPO is around 21,000 crores is the size of the IPO, right? Next we have Paytm, right? Paytm. So the IPO price, which was at around 2,150, is what they have um, announced as the IPO price, right? And if you look at the listing wise, yes, listing wise also, it has been a disaster, right? It has been a disaster. And if you see, the size of the IPO is around 18,000 crores is the IPO, right? So this also had a disaster in terms of its listing, right? In terms of its listing. Third, we have Coal India Limited. This is also an IPO, which is almost like more than 10,000 crores IPO. So it is 15,000 crores is the IPO size, right? And during the listing, and even right now, yes, it is like even on the listing wise also, it listed at around 340 levels, whereas the IPO price was at 245 levels, right? And we can take many examples like your R Power, again a disaster, right? Again a disaster where it is a 11,000 crores IPO, but listing wise or even on the IPO price, it has been a disaster, right? We have General Insurance Corporation of India Limited, right? GIC India Limited. The size of the IPO is around 11,000 crores, similar like your R Power. But again, this also, when the listing was at 970 levels, the IPO price was at 800 levels, right? SBI Cards, another one more large IPO. Even the gray market premium was also very good, positive, but the listing, it has listed in discount. And this is also around 10,500 crores IPO, right? 10,500 crores IPO. So what should be the learning here, right? What should be the learning here? Just that the IPO is in euphoria, or just that the IPO is very big. We should not jump aggressively in just entering into the company, right? We should not just aggressively jump in entering into the company, because this has been the past of more than, right, of more than 10,000 crores IPOs in the last couple of years, right? In the last couple of years. Now, when we look at the present IPO, which is Hyundai, right? Which is Hyundai IPO. Yes. Till date, the largest IPO coming out with around 27,000 crores, right? Is the IPO size. And as we have discussed about the positive factors of it, yes, you have it like a second largest OEM, original equipment manufacturing, right? Your sales wise, it will be doing good. The reason being, this is the festive time, right? This is a festive time. Second, the market also, if you see overall market, either a flat or even the mid cap, small cap is also slowly picking up, right? Slowly picking up. So we can call it as the timing is okay. It's not a bad timing where they have not entered in a bearish market, right? Where they have not entered in a bearish market. So one, sir, should we apply? Should we not apply? So it's like a neutral kind of a stance, right? So the IPO is open from October 15th till October 17th, right? Till October 17th. And the price band is in between 1865 to 1960, right? So if you're applying, yes, we'll be going with a higher band, which is 1960 is what you need to apply. And considering that it's a very big IPO, right? 27,000 crores IPO, the chances of allotment is very high, right? The chances of allotment is very high, or even 100% we can say. Whoever apply will get. So, sir, then should I go very aggressive, or should I not apply, right? Should I not apply, or should I apply? So first thing, on the positive factors of it, or even the parent company, right? Hyundai Motor, the South Korean company, is a very strong brand, very strong company, and they have their expertise on R&D, right? Research and development wise. And the best part is, till date, if you see, right? Till date, if you see, they have extended their R&D services, right? Their brand image, or even the services have been wonderful for the Indian subsidiary. And that's why in India also it has been the second largest OEM. Apart from that, right? Apart from that, if you look at India, Hyundai is a brand, right? If I just ask you how many of you have a Hyundai brand, I'm sure majority of you will say yes, right? Or even you have used it in the past. Hyundai is a wonderful brand. Even the four-wheelers, what they launch, is equipped with a lot of technological advancements, right? And even though, yes, they do not have a huge, right? Even though they do not have a huge presence in the EV, hybrid cars wise, they are doing very well, right? They are doing well. And even the plans for them is also very good. So what you can do, yes, we can apply for one lot, and post that, after listing, we will follow our post listing strategy, right? Post listing strategy. So what exactly is this post listing strategy? We will be observing now, right? We will be observing. So let me take you to the trading view, right? Let me take you to the trading view. Now, what do we do? Till before the listing, we go through the company's details, we look at the company's pros and cons, and then we take a decision. But after listing, we will look at the price and volume action, right? We look at the price and volume action because future perspectives of a company or the brand name or the lot of buzz happening in social media will always be there. But your price and volume decides everything. So let's say I'll take an example like Hariom Pipes, right? Hariom Pipes has been one of the IPO, maybe in like when it listed, yeah, like 2020 it got listed, right? 2022 it got listed. And when exactly it listed? It listed on 11th April 2022. So what you will do, go to the listing day candle, right? Go to the listing day candle and take your trend line tools. Select your horizontal line, draw one horizontal line on the candle day high, right? On the candle day high. If it's a perfectly healthy candle, take the candle day high. Even if you have a small wick like a day high, it's preferable to take the body of the candle. And similarly, draw another horizontal line with the low. And yes, you can change the candle color to red, right? So once you have drawn your horizontal line, select the a tool here, right? Select the tool. And also, yes, we are on a weekly, move it to daily, right? Move it to daily. So preferably, you should draw these lines, right? Yeah, preferably, you should draw these lines on a daily candle, not on a weekly, right? Not on a weekly. So you have moved to 13th April 2022, and the candle high, you have drawn a horizontal line, and candle low also you have drawn a vertical line. So post listing, because of any reason, if the company is moving below your listing day low, which is around 220 levels and below, you have to just move out of it, exit that company, right? Exit that company. And when do you enter into the company, or when do you take a thought process of adding more into the stock is whenever it is trading above its listing day high, like 230 and above, right? If you see, my horizontal line is at 230 levels, which is the listing day high. Anything above that, you should be there. And sir, why only listing day? Because listing day is where there is a lot of action in the stock, and even there is a lot of volume. There is a lot of buying demand, right? So we take listing day as the criteria. And if you see, yes, from almost April to August, if you have moved out, you would have been saved. And even from August, if you see, and entry here, if you look at it, the volumes are also very good, right? Lot of buying strength, right? Lot of buying strength. And from here, if you see, it's just a one-way journey for the stock, right? One-way journey. So from August also, if you have entered till your July 2023, almost in the next 1 year also, it has moved wonderfully well, right? So once it moves in your direction, you can always average up. You can use your Donchian channels and you can always average up, right? And post that, you can follow your support resistance levels and all. And similarly, I look at the examples which we have discussed now, maybe like LIC or even your Paytm, right? In any of the examples, So if you see the same logic, yes, you have drawn your horizontal and vertical line. Sorry, you have drawn your horizontal day high and day low. Here, the candle is not a perfectly healthy candle, right? It's a very weak candle. So we have taken the wicks here, because if you just consider the candle, it's a very small candle. You can't draw both of your lines. So we have taken the day high as the line and day low, right? From the next 2 days, it has moved below your day low. So you have to move out. If you got the allotment, you have to move out. If you are planning to enter into it, as it's a wonderful company, or you have heard about it from your childhood, right? LIC is a brand where everyone knows, even uneducated, everyone knows about LIC because it's a strong brand. Even if you plan to enter into it because you did not get the allotment, no, this is not a entry for you. How many of you are getting this, right? This is not an entry, as it has moved below your listing day gain. You should not. Even if you look at Paytm, at that time there is a huge euphoria. Sir, I use Paytm a lot. I do a lot of transactions, right? So Paytm will do good. Paytm is there in everyone's pocket. But no, after a week, it has moved below its listing day low, which is at 15,560. So if you are there, get out of the stock, as it has moved below your listing day low. If you are planning to invest, stay away from it. No, this is not the time to enter. Even in this week also, there is nothing to invest. You can at least think about it when it is moving above your listing day high. Like for example, if you see recently, Aadhar Housing Finance, right? Aadhar Housing Finance, which got listed on 15th May. Sir, I did not get the allotment, or I've got the allotment, but I wanted to invest more. What happened here? So listing day high is 329. If you observe here, the candle is a perfect candle. Wicks are there. As the candle is there, yes, we have taken candle high and candle low as our horizontal lines. On the next day, it has moved above your candle high. It has moved above. So you can add one more position, or someone who are planning to enter, you can enter. It is good. And if you see, it has not moved below your listing day low. Now here comes very, very important observation. Observe this very clearly, right? Observe this very clearly. I want every one of you to note down this point, right? Sir, now, yes, I've got almost like a 50 percentage or 60 percentage profit. Should I continue or not? Please remember one thing, and I want every one of you to type in the chat box, IPOs are overpriced. Remember this, write it down somewhere, right? IPOs are overpriced. Even that's why there is a very good saying, IPO, which means initial public offer. People call it as it is probably overpriced. IPO means initial public offer. People call it as it is probably overpriced. Why? Because of the euphoria in the market, because of the strong demand. Normally, companies come at a very, very high valuation because people will buy at any price. So we as a community, what we do, if you have got the allotment, sir, I've already made some 50%, 60% or 100% it has moved. Sir, should I stay more? If your process or if your strategy asks you to be there, you can be there. If the process, if it is declining, move out. Sir, I am confused. I'm unable to take a decision. I am between should be there, should not be there. I'm hanging between that. If you are confused, the best thing is take away your entire profits. For example, sir, X amount is what I have invested into the IPO. I have made X plus Y amount, right? So X is your capital and Y is your profit, right? Y is your profit. So the stock is advanced by 30%, 50%, 100%. You are unable to decide whether you should continue or move out. In that confusion, better take away your entire capital. Come out with your capital 50 on the listing day itself or on the next day. Come out of the entire capital. So that what happens, you are just left with free money. Whether it increases or decreases, you are not bothered because that's the profit you are playing with. And as the stock is moving more, you can again bring in your capital, or even you can advance it more, right? Advance it more. So if you see Aadhar Housing, yes, post listing also, yes, it has been good. It has been moving well, right? Even if I take the example of IREDA, right? Indian Renewable Energy, when you have observed during the listing day, yes, it got listed on 29th November. From there, as per our process, right? Our listing day process, right? As per our listing day process, it has been completely above our mechanism, right? It has been trading above your listing day high. So you keep continuing, and even you can just average up your positions also, right? During that time, right? During that time. And if you are like, sir, I'm undoubtful, or I do not know what to do, just that book your capital on the listing day. You can leave the profit, and as it moves, you can continue. For example, I'll give you one more example on this profit booking. Bajaj Housing, right? Sir, is Bajaj Housing Finance a good company? It is a good company. But as it is an IPO, it has come at a little higher valuation, right? So if you see here, yes, on the listing day has given almost 100%. So even though it's a wonderful company, in just few days, 2-3 days, it has been moving very high. You have to be cautious. The best thing is you can do profit booking on the listing day, right? You have to do profit booking on the listing day so that you are getting out your capital, or you're redeeming a part of the profit. And even if you see on the next day, it is doing well. Now, understand one thing, as you all have mentioned in the chat box, IPOs are generally overpriced, right? Overpriced. So when you have made 100% on the listing day, you have made another 10 more percentage on the listing day, almost like 120%, 130% it has moved. Always look at coming out with your profits, right? So now, two things. As long as it sustains above your listing day low, it is okay, right? It is okay. But yes, during that period also, sir, I wanted to hold my profits, or I wanted to safeguard my profits. Whenever you see these red candles, move out of it. Because please understand, apart from the strength of the company, right? Apart from the strength of the company, people who have made a very good money of 100, 110, 120%, they always love to book profit. A small exercise. In 2-3 days, you got 100% profit. If you look at a yearly, a compounded annual growth rate, it's like 1,000, 2,000 kind of a profit. So people will definitely book the profit. This is kind of a selling pressure. So yes, you can even completely move out. You need not wait till the listing day low. Even if the candles are huge, even if you exit here, it is fine. You can always re-enter the company, right? You can always re-enter, right? Always re-enter. And now if you see, when it is trading below your listing day low, no, this is not the ideal, at least scenario to enter new, right? You should not enter new here, right? How many of you have got this? Type it as got it in the chat box, right? How many of you have got this? Type it as got it in the chat box. And preferably IPOs, we will use it for short term for the listing gains, right? For the listing gains. So as per this complete discussion, what we had, yes, Hyundai IPO, because of the qualitative factors, fundamental factors of that company, maybe go for a 1 lot or a 2 lot like that. The chances of allotment is very high. You'll be getting the allotment. And post listing, if it is trading above the listing day high, we can add more. If at all, if it is at the same zone, or even it is becoming weak, we move out and look at it for the listing gains for now. And as it picks up in strength, and even as it is a festive season, if it is moving in our direction, post listing, we always have opportunity to enter, right? We always have opportunity to enter. Okay, good.